Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Grassroots Racing Show.
Welcome to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson with co-host Roger Thompson. And Roger, we are going to, we sent Mike Kraft, of course, out to Humboldt for King of America 3. We've watched the qualifying heats, the features, and now tonight's going to be the 100-lap feature, and it is a stellar field. You got Ryan Gustin in it, Terry Phillips, and of course, anytime you're down in that, Al Perkey. And we know Al well. He used to race at our track in Junction when he was a student at K-State. And Mike Kraft, as always, has done a fantastic job with the footage. This is going to be a good race. I'm going to be anxious to see this one.
And it's 100 laps on that 3/8 mile track, which means there's going to be a lot of entertainment and excitement.
Yeah, and it pays $10,000 to win. It's good money.
Amazing. For
a 3/8 mile track, 100 laps, that's good money. Stay tuned. You're watching the Grassroots Racing Show. We are headed out to Humboldt, Kansas for the USMTS King of America 3 races.
Caught up with Kelly Shyok, the 9-time champion of the USMTS. Kelly, I'm sure, not the qualifying that you wanted this week, starting 9th in the B.
No, I tell you, there's just a whole lot of fast cars here, and you just got to have everything so good. You know, the heat races, you know, we're just tough on a couple of them for us, and we had a pretty good car. You know, we haven't really been passed yet, but we just weren't able to pass enough cars, but we just keep working on it. Hopefully we can get in the show. We got 100 laps. Hopefully we can get in there and see what we can do.
The reigning King of America champion here at Humboldt Speedway, Stormy Scott. Stormy, man, I think you've got your work cut out for you tonight, starting on the outside of the C main.
Yeah, we do got our work cut out. We just need more luck than anything. We got an awesome race car, definitely. So I think we got one of the best cars here. So just need a lot of luck and the right brakes, and we're definitely by no means out of this thing yet.
Caught up with one of the guys that's really been pretty quick this week. Just a little bit of bad luck there in one of the late heat races, or you would have been, I think, up in 12th place for that A main. But Joey Jensen out of Minnesota. Joey, man, having a good run this week.
Yeah, driver error last night, came in a little hot and got into chase. I want to apologize for that. Yeah, the car's been really good. We've been changing a little bit here and there, and nothing drastic. We're pretty much on a standard setup, and we'll see what happens in the C feature. I got high expectations of making the show and still winning, so we'll give her.
5th qualifier here tonight for the USMTS race here at the Hummer, Jason Hughes. Jason, a pretty good week. Looked like the car, boy, at times was just super fast.
Yeah, we started out a little sluggish during that first heat race, and we kind of got in the wall and broke a shock mount off, and run 5th. But then we come back and we had some pretty good heat races. Won 3 the next heat races, so hopefully everything will go good for 100 laps and we can be there at the end.
I was going to say 5th starting spot, man. That's not unrealistic with a 100-lap race out there. It's one of those things, and boy, I know you can do it, is just hanging around the front and being there when the opportunity comes.
Yeah, 100-lap race, a lot of guys hadn't run many of them. I think I've ran one, but you got to be there at the end, and I think to win this race, all you got to do is start it and get in there and be good enough to be there at the end.
We got the 4th place qualifier here, Ryan Gustin. Ryan, not exactly, I don't think the week you wanted, even though you're 4th place qualifying.
Yeah, we were a lot better yesterday. We changed quite a bit, found some stuff we've never tried before that worked out pretty good for us. Yeah, I suppose it turned out pretty good. I don't think really there's a better starting spot in the second row outside for this deal kind of weight. And not too far back, we're going to burn your tires up. You ain't got to worry about getting past. So it's going to ride around for the first 50 or 60 laps and go race after that, I suppose.
This is almost like the Daytona 500 for the USMTS.
Yeah, it's a prestigious race, that's for sure. I think the biggest one's probably the World up there at Deer Creek, but this is definitely the second biggest, that's for sure.
Got the 3rd place qualifier, Jeremy Payne, and Jeremy, man, pretty good week of running here.
Yeah, it's been not too bad. The first night was really good for us. The track was pretty slick, and that's how I like them. And we had some good runs there. Got ahead in the points, and yesterday we kind of just maintained. Didn't have a very good run in the first heat. Ran better in the second heat. So starting 3rd with 100 laps, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a long race.
got second qualifier here for the USMTS race down here at the Hummer, Al Perky. Al, man, you might say this has been a pretty good week for you guys.
Yeah, it's just we come here, practice just a little bit, got a couple sessions of practice in, and just things was going really well from the beginning. You know, the format really kind of suited me. You know, use a little experience and kind of get up through there and have 4 good heat races, and got lucky on one of them, and you know, just got 4 of them put together, and here we are.
Got to be thrilled with that front row starting position. I think one of the things that's kind of grabbed me a little bit is we got 2 late model drivers up there on the front row. Boy, you and Terry Phillips are really familiar with each other. It's not going to be anything like you don't know what's going to happen up there.
Well, you know, Terry's an old friend, you know, and we're still friends, good friends. In fact, you know, got to thank him a little bit. He gave me a point or 2 here on this thing over the winter and helped us out a ton. And ironically, it's kind of funny. He's, you know, we're up there on the side of him, and you know, he made a joke last night that, you know, maybe he shouldn't have did what he did, but you know, here we are. We're going to get the race, and the only thing I can tell you, probably be a good race into turn 1. You know.
Well, Terry, I think we were kind of sitting almost in this same position last year. You were up toward the front. Things didn't go so well. Mechanical breakdown last year. What happened?
I guess I had a wreck in front of me there, and had a big spin out stuff, and I was going around and somebody gassed it up and shot out in front of me. I had to jump on the brakes real hard and broke a caliper mount.
Qualifying for these big races, man, you seem to be able to figure out what it is that you got to do to qualify for these big races. Is there any real secret to it?
No, you just got to be patient mainly and try to be as fast as you can and patient as you can. Time to go, and then just try not to get in any wrecks or something, because that, you know, there's some good cars like in the C that should be up front, but they had one bad heat race, you know, something happened to them, so just a lot of luck, really.
Did you like this new qualifying system this year better than last year?
I don't know about that. Like I said, if you have a little bad luck, you're in big trouble. So, you know, the way they did it last year, you qualify, you kind of make your own destiny more than this deal. So, I mean, you do on this as well, but just less chance of getting tore up if your car's decent.
I think I asked you a question similar to this last year. As far as setting the pace, man, 100 laps, what's going to dictate how fast you're going to go? Or do you kind of lay back? If somebody pushes, you go faster? What's going to dictate the pace here for this race tonight?
You just, where you're comfortable going, you know, try not to do something stupid mainly, you know, try not to slide the car as much as you can, and, you know, make sure you got it there at the end is the main deal. I like coming over here. It's a really neat deal, a lot of good cars, a lot of fans, so it makes it exciting. So, you know, got big money on the line. I like to try to be up front when it comes down to it.
I'm Ken Tatro, and you're watching the Grassroots Racing Show on my favorite network.
What it's boiled down to, when they come around off of turn 4, I want to hear some noise here tonight as they salute you, great race fans coming out, enjoying this motorsport activity. Let's make some noise as they come around off of turn 4. Get jacked up, cranked up. The King of America 24 car A-Main qualifiers.
Bombs now.
Wow. Woo! How do you like me now? That's a heat wave. Take the Carhartts off. We're good to go. It's come down to these 24. And the second time off of turn 4, we find a green flag. Down the back straightaway, Terry Phillips will put the GRT machine by Phillips on the point. Jeremy Payne battles with Perky for second. Jason Hughes now in the number 4 spot as he battles now with Gustin. Gustin will pull back into 4. Class 1 in the books. And down the back straightaway, Terry Phillips with a 4-car length lead.
Doesn't take long at all for Terry Phillips to get out and get out front. Former stablemate Jeremy Payne in that 186, currently residing in that second spot. But don't look now. Here comes the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper. Ryan Gustin up to the 3rd spot.
Reaper going past Perky. Worried about fuel? No problem. They can run 100 laps on gas. The only thing we concern is tires. Tires. Can you save your tires, burn them off, blaze them over? Gustin, Perky, and Jason Hughes, your top 5.
Not much change inside the top 5 early on, but several drivers showing their muscle here. Look at Johnny Scott out of Southern New Mexico Speedway veteran up on that high side of the 1ST, having a great battle with New Sharon, Iowa driver Zach Vanderbeek in the 33Z.
And Dustin Boney as well. Pairs up with a 21 and Chris Brown. Brown in the 21. You see Boney in car 22.
Ryan Gustin the fastest on the track last 2 laps.
We check the lap time, and the last 2 laps around, Ryan Gustin has been quickest on the lap timer as the caution flag flies here this evening. What's it for?
Stormy.
Stormy Scott, last year's winner of the King of America with 5 laps completed, brings out our caution flag here tonight. 95 laps to go. A long ways as they get into turn 3. Now they throttle it up and we're back underway. Back again, the green flag action. Dustin Boney now coming up on Johnny Scott farther back in car 22 as they work into turn 3. Gustin going up to work with Jeremy Payne as a 3-car length lead for Terry Phillips in the 75.
Keep an eye on the high side. Ryan the Reaper Gustin, no stranger to running up high. That driver just gets into the corners a whole lot harder than the rest of the field, and you can certainly see it paying off as Gustin now tries to get a run. He says, Jeremy Payne, I'm coming by you whether you try to squeeze play me or not. And Ryan Gustin now challenges for second. Trying to get a run.
He's like a 22 against a high-powered rifle. Wants to drive. This car gets off of turn 2. That I-box straight connection. And you've got the Reaper into second. Payne to third. Jason Hughes now runs in more than El Perky, the top 5. Just as he was running high before, now Gustin decides to try that low groove. See how that feels. Well, at 1 and 2, it didn't feel so good. He goes back upstairs, diamonds off of turn 4 with Payne in tow.
So far, the man on the move gaining 4 positions right now is Chris Brown. Currently sitting in that 7th spot. He had made it up to 6, drifted back 1 more spot there as the battle of the 33s in front of him between Al Perky and Zach Vanderbeek, Lon.
Exactly. Chris Brown out of Spring, Texas. The Brown State Power Conner 21. We'll keep an eye on him as he tries to hold his way forward. Gallardo in the G17, Jacob in the J17. Kelly Trott battles with Johnny Scott. And Kelly Trott now up at turn 4, and they're 3 wide with Chase Shovin. And then you see Steve Whitaker Jr. directly behind in car 89. 13 here. Coming to lucky lap 13. Terry Phillips continues to lead. Gustin in second, Payne third, Hughes fourth, Vanderbeek top 5.
One of the best battles on the Speedway, father and son, Vito Gallardo and young Jacob Gallardo going at it for 9th and 10th. Those drivers trying to hang on to that top 10 run here early on. Now Ryan Gustin, you see him on, has dropped down to that low side. He made his move to get up to second on the high side, has now dropped down low.
Drops down to the bottom, and again, he's going to go to the bottom in 3 and 4, trying to almost be right down in the sod for that Mullins-powered huge chassis. Trying to run down the GRC connection. The 75 car of Terry Phillips, Hatfield, horsepower. Jeremy Payne in third. Hughes is fourth, but here comes Vanderbeek now. Zach Vanderbeek, thank you very much. In that huge chassis, Sputz power. Pro-Line Buildings, Casey's General Store. Now working over the 12 car of Jason Hughes.
This is Scotty Anderson, and you're watching my favorite show, Grassroots Racing.
Last year's winner, Stormy Scott, having trouble getting that car back up to speed after that earlier pit for a flat tire there in the left rear. So Stormy Scott, after Matt Dotson, would be the next car to go a lap down, as well as Terry Schultz. Now, it will be interesting when we see those guys get there to see what lines they take and who will go up or down, and if that will have any effect on the man behind them.
Exactly. Drivers given the hold your line sign. Hold your groove where you're at. Don't be diving in and out. And here comes Phillips now, inside of Johnson. For the last right.
21 this time. They're pretty close. 5-4, 5-2. 17, 5-4, 13, 5-2.
Terry Phillips into turn 3. Ryan Gustin is beginning to, well, to reel him in just a bit. Jeremy Payne in third. Car 186, Zach Vanderbeek in fourth. Jason Hughes now back to fifth in car 12.
And Al Perkey, the Shark, going backwards in this one. Kind of unusual to see the Shark going backwards early on in this. He's about ready to fall out of the top 10. He's going to need to get that car up and moving here pretty quickly, or he'll fall back to the mid-pack of this race. And so far, so good on green flag action here. A fast-paced event with Terry Phillips well in command.
Dustin Boney got a nice car here tonight, and they go down into turn number 3. And that's the race we're watching right now. A little bit of bump tag with Perkey into 33.
Don't look now, Lon, but Terry Phillips has company. Ryan the Reaper Gustin has caught him. Watch him off of turn 4. Ryan the Reaper able to get around Terry Schultz, the next car to go a lap down, and he is now right on the back bumper. Will he give him the chrome horn to get him out of the way, or will he even need to? Right here, Gustin goes down low. Here he comes, Lon.
Here we go, and that puts a move on. Look at the drive for Ryan Gustin. Going inside of Phillips. They go past Derek Ramirez. Now comes the last year's feature winner, Stormy Scott. Not even halfway, and he's looking at going a lap down.
Unbelievable turn of events now with Stormy Scott threatening to go a lap down as Ryan the Reaper Gustin takes it up on the high line, brings it around once again, able to maintain his lead over Terry Phillips.
I'll tell you what, there's money on the line. Ryan Gustin, no better behind the wheel on that 19R. Terry Phillips, he is out of this yet. Let's not just write the check. Third place remains Jeremy Payne, and Zach Vanderbeek is now tracked him down to 33C.
Zach Vanderbeek started this event back in the 8th position, has gained 4 spots to make his way now inside of the top 4. It's still Gustin, Phillips, Payne. New share and I was Zach Vanderbeek inside the top 4. Jason Hughes currently runs in 5th with Chris Brown in the 6th position.
And as you said, very tough spots here tonight. You get to the front of this field, you better have your A game on and ready to hang on. 100 lapper here tonight. As Gustin continues to lead this field down the back straightaway. Phillips right there with him. And he's going to look inside. Watch this as they come off of turn 4. Phillips dives to the bottom. They've got Ron Jones directly ahead. The 77K and the Reaper says, let's make some time upstairs. Phillips says, I don't think so. That's a bad move. And Gustin says, oh boy, you're right. I better get back after them. Off of turn 4. Gallardo now. And now you see the 71, Jason Cummins in the LNDA got a new Richland. Roll the infield, we say green.
One lap, Jeff.
23 here.
Coming to lap 33. Gustin now back to the bottom. Phillips says, well, if you can make it do it, why can't I? Ryan said, go ahead, and it didn't work for Terry. He falls back 5 car lengths. And they are going to be right up on the Sanders now. Lucas Schott in a 69 and Kelly Schrock in car 3. How wicked of a pace are these drivers setting? When you are on the money, it's like driving a Cadillac against a Volkswagen. And right now, it's Cadillac style to the 19 of the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Here comes Phillips back on the inside as they come up on Lucas Schott. Gustin just about punched the wall again as they come to the front straightaway. Car length is the Reaper.
Great battle between these two guys. A young gun going at it with a veteran, and Ryan the Reaper Gustin right now has set his sights on Lucas Schott to put him a lap down. Reaper goes up high, way up on the high side. Phillips chooses to stay down low. Now Zach Vanderbeek and Jeremy Payne getting together a little bit, swapping a little sheet metal over here in corner number 3. That's another great battle to keep your eye on, the 186 to 33, and now Jason Hughes in the 12 sneaking up there as well.
And they keep after that. Chris Brown is liking to see this. Car 21, and he comes forward. And right now, Ryan Gustin has opened up, well, let's say the biggest advantage, 3, 4, 5 car length, and he rips it up. The biggest advantage we've seen as he rumbled way up towards the wall. Right now, lap number 50 at the halfway mark. Gustin, your leader.
And don't look now, but Jeremy Payne is starting to come to life here as they thread their way through that lap traffic. He's got business there with New Sharon Iron, with Zach Vanderbeek as well. Kelly Shryak trying to maintain every bit of speed he can to stay with the leaders in case of a caution. Ryan the Reaper Gustin, Terry Phillips, Jeremy Payne, Zach Vanderbeek, Chris Brown now has moved inside the top 5.
What a battle there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6th. And Hughes follows. Chris Brown back through. Vanderbeek, Jeremy Payne in 3rd. And your leader back in turn number 1 is Ryan Gustin. New crew chief on board in a 19R in that Grassroots Racing. And what a setup they've put together here tonight, a combination, and they are now pulling away from Terry Phillips. Payne in 3rd, lap car of Steve Whitaker Jr. in between with Vanderbeek in the 33C.
Ryan the Reaper Gustin now threatening to put our 12th place runner, Rodney Sanders, a lap down. Sanders will be the next car to go a lap down. And Al Sharkey nearly gets up into the wall here as he lets the 33 Shark chassis machine drift up just a little bit too high, barely scraping the wall. 55 laps complete, that time by 45 remain.
Berkey just about knocked it again. Started on the front row and, well, missing the setup just a bit here tonight, but still hanging on.
7th.
They come back around here tonight. Off of turn 2 again, it's Gustin showing the way. Phillips, let's make it 8 car lengths back with Tom Tillotson in between an 85 car. Lap after lap action here at Humboldt Speedway. Racetrack, spot on. Joey Jensen battles farther back in the V2 car as Ryan Gustin has now caught Rodney Sanders and Marsville Custom car number 20.
Joey Jensen gets around Chase Jungins. That's a battle for 9th and 10th. Close action there. Dustin Boney now has slipped outside the top 10, currently running 11th. And Rodney Sanders now under threat of going a lap down from the Reaper. Ryan Gustin, as Gustin takes the high road around Rodney Sanders in that number 20 machine.
He is there with him. Dustin Boney will be the next victim to fall prey to the Reaper. Just like he's got in the car, who's next? Everybody. There is no mercy. He won't quit up on the wheel in that Grassroots Racing machine. The Reaper, Ryan Gustin. Gustin started outside of row 2 and in command of this race. And you see the 20 car, Rodney Sanders, pulls down the infield. And we stay green flag racing, so Sanders' night is complete.
What lap, Jeff?
62 right there.
62 laps completed. 62 in the books here tonight.
We had
one caution so far.
That was just a restart. Yeah. Terry Phillips threaded his way through Tom Tillotson and Dustin Boney. Now there's no cars in between him and race leader Ryan Gustin. So can Phillips close the door here a little bit. Chase Jungan's currently running in that 10th spot. The next car to go a lap down, and Ryan the Reaper Gustin nearly gets into him there, trying to put a lap on him. Things are getting intense up front between Gustin and another car about to go a lap down. Gustin now makes the pass that time to set sail.
Gustin on the turn 4. How close was that to bye-bye? Gustin continues to lead. Phillips in second. And Payne just annihilates his field. Ryan Gustin, he is up there in, well, no man's land. Nobody else has ventured to try and hang on. He'll knock the spoiler right off that thing. And it won't matter. It won't affect him as they rumble down the back straightaway. Phillips, well, has he just been saving the car, saving the tires? Terry Phillips, no dummy when it comes to 100-lap features. Ryan Gustin, well, he's just like getting his feet wet. Yeah, in a big way. No quit here, and he leads by 2 car lengths.
And Lon, you can bet when Phillips gets behind Ryan the Reaper Gustin like that, Ryan Gustin knows he is there. He can feel it inside that car, and he knows that it's likely the 75 of Terry Phillips that's given him fits to try to take home the King of America. One car in the wall up here, but we stay green flag racing. Chase Jungan's having a little bit of a problem, but he's able to keep it righted.
Chase Jungan in the shop convenience store. And here comes Vanderbeek. Now picking up another spot. There is the 21 of Chris Brown. And Terry Schultz pulls to the infield in car number 90. And we come to lap number 70. Look at this for the lead. 30 laps now to go.
So Lon, it's down to a 30-lap dash to the finish, just like a feature with a bonus of 5 laps here. 30 more laps coming around. It'll be 29 the next time by. It's a 2-man race up front for the King of America.
Indeed it is, Sam. And look at this. That Andy frozen custard. It must be revitalized because Phillips now is looking off a turn 2 within a car length. And they have got clean track ahead as these two look to decide it. The best in the modified business here tonight at Humboldt Speedway.
Now, will those two drivers get so busy with one another that Jeremy Payne will sneak up there? Payne is right there. He is the next car that needs to get around Tom Tillison to have any shot at taking the victory home here tonight. If he can get around there and those two leaders get to racing each other, we could have a new and exciting race. Al Perkey now with problems on over here off of corner 2.
Perkey in the 33 car, again slowing on the back straightaway, and there you go. There is our first caution from after the restart. You tell me these guys can't drive. You tell me they aren't the best in business. I'll bet you any time, any place. And we'll take a look to see just how many laps are complete. And Ryan Gustin leads. Terry Phillips, Jeremy Payne, Zach Vanderbeek. Then you find Chris Brown, Jason Hughes in car.
Pretty much like a Saturday night feature here, usually around 25 laps. This one, 27 laps remaining. Now, who knows what has happened as these cars have been running at a slower pace. These tires can sometimes be tricky on these guys during these cautions.
Yeah, these tires will glaze up in a heartbeat. Well, we're going to find who's kept them well, who's got them clean, who's got them glazed, and who's ready to win. King of America 3, we're back underway. Jeremy Payne said, it's my best time to shine, and Terry Phillips, see ya. You have got JP, Jeremy Payne now to second, Phillips back to third, and Gustin will bring him down the boulevard, your leader.
Look at Chris Brown, the lone car trying out that high side. Can he make it pay off? It certainly looks like he may as he gets around Terry Phillips. Here comes Chris Brown.
Chris Downtown Brown on a Spring, Texas, Roush Yates powered, bringing it to the front. And I think we just found out what happened to tires. Terry Phillips going the wrong direction. Vanderbeek says, works for Chris Brown. How about me? Here comes Joey Jensen in the V2.
Yeah! Lon, here comes Jeremy Payne. Jeremy Payne now will challenge for the lead off of 4, but Gustin hangs on to it. One car slows. It's Zach Vanderbeek has a little bit of trouble off 4. And Lon, this one's really shaping up.
I told you, it is going to get exciting. Don't you go anywhere. You paid for a full seat, but you're going to be on the edge. As 5-car freight train breakaway coming to the line, and it is Gustin showing the way.
Joey Jensen.
Yeah. Look at Joey Jensen. Where'd he start? 23rd. And this kid has got the Pet Lodge crate racked up and storming. I mean, from 23rd to 4th.
And now challenging for 3rd as he can keep that car down on the low side. Joey Jensen right there going to try to challenge Chris Brown, who's way upstairs. And Joey Jensen will take over that 3rd spot. Reaper still up on the high side. Payne doing everything he can down low.
We watched earlier in the C feature. We didn't know if Jensen was even going to make it into the B. And now look at trying to crack the top 3.
What lap?
And look at this now. Gustin opens it up over Payne. Huge. Going down the max straightaways. They come to the line. 80 laps complete. 20 to go.
Inside of that 20 to go window long here, we got a barn burner shaping up for the 2nd and 3rd positions. Jeremy Payne, Chris Brown takes over 3rd. Jensen currently running 4th. Terry Phillips slips back to 5th, but don't count him out just yet. And Jason Hughes slows down over here off of corner number 2. We may dig in another caution. Indeed we do, Lon. The caution flies for Jason Hughes.
You can see that left rear quarter, and I don't know if he's got a tire down, but Jason Hughes out of Watts, Oklahoma, one of the favorites who started 5th on the grid here tonight, brings out our 3rd caution here. And we get ready to fire back up this A main feature. How many we got down or left?
I think was it 81 we got to, or 80? 80, 20 to go.
Here we go,
80 laps down, 20 laps to go. Here we go, it's B feature, a lap action, distance. But it ain't gonna be for long as we get set to turn them loose. Chris Brown inside, Jeremy Payne outside. Gustin brings him off a turn 4. We're back underway.
Ryan Gustin gets upset on that car, and that's going to give a run to Jeremy Payne, but Gustin knew he was coming, but here comes Chris Brown. Chris Brown darts to the front.
Wow, what a drive for Chris Brown. Car 21, he's got it. He's a 2nd. Payne back to 3rd. And Gustin so far has held off all challengers, but it ain't over. Looks like he just takes a bit to get up on the wheel, and now Gustin decided, I better move it. And he is there.
Lonnie got the car just a bit upset, and that was enough for Chris Brown to get that run, but recovers quickly in that 19 machine. Great job by the Grassroots Racing Machine 19 of Ryan the Reaper Gustin, Chris Brown, Jeremy Payne, your top 3. Phillips bounces back to 4th.
Chris Brown started 10th on the grid, sits in 2nd. 3rd place is Jeremy Payne. Terry Phillips now back to 4th, and Joey Jensen. Rifle back into the number 5 spot. Vanderbeek trying to charge back the 33 car. Sits into number 6 spot as here we go.
Joey Jensen up in the wall on the high side in between 3 and 4. He's able to keep it going. Now he's under pressure from Zach Vanderbeek. That is for a top 5 position, so tough break for Joey there late in the fifth.
Exactly. And just as we thought these guys were going to be right there with Gustin, he just gets a drive off at turn 2. And I mean, that's where he is making up ground here tonight. Huge chassis running 1-2. Horsepower department, Mullins in the frame rails of the 19. Chris Brown sporting Roush shades. And then you see the GRT with Roush shades. And the old tire sponsored car 186.
And Lon, this is about the most comfortable lead Ryan Gustin has had over about the last 30 to 35 laps. Now about an 8-car length advantage over our runner-up battle between Chris Brown and Jeremy Payne.
Just a driver. No quit in this kid whatsoever. Ryan Gustin, as we said, 2012 national champion, and showing why. When you put the big money rounds on, this kid is there.
Where are we at, Jeff?
Take the center down. 88 Gustin leads. Brown in 2nd, Payne in 3rd. Terry Phillips drops back farther now in 4th, with Joey Jensen in the 5th place, and Vanderbeek battle alongside the 33Z to crack back into the top 5.
This is 90, right?
90, yeah.
Coming this time, race fans, to lap number 90. 10 laps now to go.
And Lon, don't look now. Don't look now, Lon, but Chris Brown has figured out a way to gain momentum, and he's reeled in the Reaper with less than 10 laps to go. It's going to be a showdown.
Yeah, it ain't over. Chris Brown keeps working on the wheel, sawing, trying to get that momentum off of turn 4. We watch the drive. This 19 car gets, look at the advantage he pulls down the back straightaway. That's where he is making everything up. Chris Brown drives so deep into turn 3, he's halfway down to Chanute. But again, one thing to get to that rear deck lid, another thing to get around him, and Chris Brown is going to do all he can.
Watch him drive right into that corner. He gets right on the backside. Will he give him the crone horn and move him out of the way? We'll have to wait and see. Just a handful of laps to go, Lon. It's getting exciting as we wind him down.
Should they mix it up? Jeremy Payne, watch it. And now Gustin, again by 4 car lengths, hits his mark each and every time.
Lap.
And now we have lap 94. Chris Brown trying to find something to hook up to, and then Tom Groom.
Lon, this time around, 5 laps to go, 5 laps down, 5 laps to go, 95 laps complete.
95 in the books, great fans, and great cars. Look to this side, our King of America 3 edition here at Humboldt Speedway.
It's a 3-car battle up front with just 4 laps to go. One little slip and it's going to cost you a $10,000 payday. Will the Reaper hang on? Will it be Chris Brown? Will it be Jeremy Payne? Coming around, 3 more laps to go. Lon Elke, bring us home.
Indeed, we're getting ready to come home. $4,000 difference between first and second. And Chris Brown, can he pull the trigger? No! Gustin. Again, back into turn 3. Here he comes. Chris Brown driving off of turn 4. No! Reaper by a car length. Back into turn number 1. Down the back chute. Gustin. 4-car length advantage now as we get ready to bring him to the white flag. Race fans, King of America 3. Ryan Gustin, 1 more lap to go. One more time into turn number 1. He sets the car, the Grassroots Racing I-Box Spring Mullen-powered hot rod into turn 3. Chris Brown will give him 1 more drive, but your champion for King of America 2013, it is the Reaper Ryan Gustin. Chris Brown finishes 2nd, Jeremy Payne 3rd. You see Terry Phillips, our pole sitter.
Third place finisher here tonight, Jeremy Payne. Jeremy, just about where you started, where you finished, but man, still a great run.
Yeah, it was a little tight there early on. Just kind of set up for the longer end of the race, but I was good on the long green, you know, but got up to 2nd at one point and kind of challenged Ryan there on the restart, but he was just good tonight and kind of got shoveled back on one of them late restarts, so we ended up 3rd.
Got the 2nd place finisher here tonight for the King of America 3 at Humboldt Speedway, Chris Brown. Chris, man, a good run, and boy, you almost pulled it off right there at the end.
Yeah, man, we threw a haymaker and just kind of came up a little short, but you know, hats off to the 19 crew. I know they work as hard as anybody, and you know, I'm happy for my crew and all of my sponsors to come out here and to have a good run like this in such a big event.
We got the winner here of the King of America 3, Ryan Gustin. Ryan, first off, let me say that was a very entertaining race. I'm sure it wasn't quite as entertaining for you, but a great run.
I wasn't happier to see that white flag, that's for sure. We had a good car, can't thank my crew enough. It was awesome. I don't even know what to say right now.
Plenty of horsepower, car was set up right, really a terrific run tonight.
Yeah, we beat our heads against the wall for a long time, trying to figure it out there for a while this week, but we got her dialed in yesterday and just kind of set sail tonight. So.
Well, Chris Brown was giving you some trouble there at the end. I'm pretty sure you knew he was there because, I mean, man, he was all over you there.
Yeah, I could see him, that's for sure. Can't thank him enough for racing me clean. He could have slid me or done anything like that at any time. So Appreciate it.
Yeah. Once again, the winner here tonight for the King of America 3, Ryan Gustin. Congratulations, King of America.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson with co-host Roger Thompson. Roger, we saw a fantastic King of America Race 3 from Humboldt. And normally you get Terry Phillips sitting on the pole, taking the lead, 100-lap race. That would be a pretty good safe bet that Terry's going to win it.
Yeah, you're right. And I can't believe the number of races they had down there to get these guys qualified. 24 guys started in the A main. They must have had 100 cars trying to qualify for that race from all over.
Oh, and a tremendous purse because Terry didn't win it. Terry led the first 25 laps, and then Ryan Gustin took control of the race. And I mean, he handled it from there, which is pretty cool. From what I'm thinking is that, you know, Circle Track Racing is one of our sponsors. And Circle Track just ran a story on Ryan Gustin, car owner out of Wichita. And what perfect timing for Circle Track magazine to have that in there. It really applies to the Humboldt race. $6,000 was paid for second place, $4,000 for third. Terry Phillips finished fourth, won $2,700. 24 cars started that race, and last place paid $1,000. That's a good payoff, and kudos to Humboldt Speedway.
Yeah, that's an excellent payoff. And by the way, Ryan is from Marshalltown, Iowa himself. But you look at where these guys were from in that lineup, and they're from Texas and Missouri and Iowa and Oklahoma, all over the Midwest. I mean, they came from everywhere, and I don't think there's more than 2 or 3 cars from the same state in that lineup of 24 cars.
You know, it's obviously become a huge race, and that's why it's King of America.
Sure.
Because it truly is. Certainly the central states and on down to the coast, just fantastic racing. And congratulations to Humboldt Speedway. You guys did a fantastic job with the races. Hope you enjoyed King of America 3. You've been watching the Grassroots Racing Show. See you next week.